Finding love is not easy, but now one company is making it possible to find your perfect genetic match.
Ooh, it's complicated, but here to explain the science behind attraction is co-founder of Instant Chemistry, Jeremy Blueball. Jeremy, thanks a lot for joining us. So what does it mean, a genetic match between two people? What precisely do you mean by that?
So we're basically testing people based on their DNA, and what the science is showing is that the more opposite two people's immune systems are, the more likely they are to be attracted to one another.
Why?
So it goes back to a study based in the 90s. It was called the Smelly T-shirt test. It's kind of a famous study.
Yes.
They took a bunch of men, had them wear T-shirts, no cologne, no showering, for a few days. And they basically had them walk around, in their regular daily life. And they took these T-shirts, put them in boxes, and had women come and smell these T-shirts and rank their attractiveness, okay?
And rank was the word.
Rank, exactly. And so what they found was that these women were ranking the T-shirts to be most attractive were the ones that had the most dissimilar immune system genes to one another. And this kind of clicked in this researcher's head, and it started this whole field of, the science of attraction. So this has been a big research project.
So you find your best mate based on DNA here. So you fill out, how does it work? You actually...
Yeah, so we have
blood work? Is it?
No, it's a quick spit test.
Okay.
We send you this kit that's right here in front of you that you can see, and yeah.
All right, so you send me. I get this in the mail.
First kiss, isn't it?
Yeah. Open it up.
So I order this, or someone sends it to me to see if
you would order it from one of our dating site partners, like SingledOut.com, for example. And this is a spit cup right here.
Wow.
You just quickly spit in the cup. You can open it up, try it out if you like.
Right.
And,
we're being told by our producers not to spit. So you said don't spit on air? Okay. Right. Spitting on air.
That's okay.
So what happens then? The results come back, and what do they tell you?
They'll basically tell you how biologically compatible you are with someone else. And this is in addition to the traditional, I like long walks on the beach on a dating site that you would normally see. Those things are very superficial. And the dating sites that people are using now don't really work too well.
So, but, everything you're saying makes sense to a non-scientist, but do we have studies that show that people who are biologically compatible have longer-lasting, deeper, more satisfying relationships?
Do you have, like, the Johnson family you're going to wheel out here, or the Cartwright?
Yeah, well, that's where the research came from. It's all peer-reviewed literature. These are scientists that have done this research from around the world. This is over 20 years of research that's been done.
And by the way, here's some examples of questions that you ask, and this is what it sounds like. You and your partner have taken a long weekend together at a nearby resort. When you arrive, both of you agree that the accommodations aren't suitable. You promptly step up and speak to the management in an effort to upgrade. If that indeed is your answer, is that possibly yes, you do that? Definitely you're going to do that, or
so what you just read off was a psychological test that we also give in addition to this genetic testing service, and it kind of adds to the suite of tests that we do to assess compatibility between people.
And it works, does it?
It works, yeah. So we just launched with an online dating website, SingledOut.com. Tons of tests flowing in.
So you're going to keep track? Are you going to make a longitudinal study starting now of the results of this? Like, do people get married? If so, how long do they stay married?
Yeah, absolutely. We're tracking all the data in aggregate form, of course. We're not, tracking person by person because it's a very private process, so we don't want to...
Instead of I do, maybe iDNA will be the...
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
How incredible.
So where does the psychological test match with the genetic test? How does that produce a product?
So actually, we look at the immune system genes. We also look at something called the serotonin transporter gene. This is something that affects how you respond to emotions. So what was found was that couples who both have a more strong response to emotions tend to have less satisfying relationships over time. Kind of makes sense, right? So this is something that we can test for as well. This is something that we include in the suite of tests, so the psychological component, the genetic component, and it all comes together in addition to those socioeconomic factors that you would normally rank someone on.
Amazing. Right. Well, thank you. That's the most interesting thing we've had on the set in a while.
It'd be interesting. I know in the Hamptons this weekend at the Bordy Barn, they're not going to be looking at the genetic test. They're going to go, she's hot. And
there will be some spitting.
Or people already in relationships. It may help them explain some things, too.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Blueball, we want to thank you for being with us, co-founder of Instant Chemistry.
Thanks a million. Well, up next, we definitely...